onto a serious matter, and actually something we can all check ourselves for: bladder cancer. We don't give it that much attention. It's not something we talk about, but it affects about 10,000 people every year in the UK, and it causes around 5,000 deaths.
Now, one man who survived it is on a mission to raise awareness and reduce the number of preventable deaths, estimated by Cancer Research as being over 40% of the total. Well, Darren Roberts joins us now. Morning, Darren. So tell us your story. What happened to you?
Came to work. The nightmare really started in October, November 2016. Came to work, was working in News TX upstairs, wanted to go to the toilet like any other day. And I peed some blood. Not a lot, just enough to go, whoa, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Went in, spoke to my manager, who was like, go straight to the hospital. And it saved my life, basically. So I went to West Middlesex. They poked and prodded, couldn't find anything, so they sent me for a scan. I went to St George's in Tooting and had a scan, and which is like a flexible cystoscopy. So they go into the bladder, they look around, and they found tumours in my bladder and told me that I had bladder cancer.
But also they discovered other cancers as well, didn't they?
Wow.
I mean, you've not had an easy ride of this.
It gets worse. I had to wait. Cancer's all about waiting. It's all about scans, blood tests. So they diagnosed me, basically said that I had bladder cancer. Didn't know to the degree how serious it was, because obviously it was just an image.
Yeah.
So they wanted to CT scan me, just to see if it had travelled anywhere else in my body. So I went for the CT scan, had to again wait for more. It's all about the waiting. So,
Was this days or weeks after?
It was about a week, but an hour seems like a week, a minute seems like a week.
Yeah.
During this time, I was pointed towards the Fight Bladder Cancer charity. They're a small support charity in China, who are probably the only support charity in the country, set up by a guy called Andrew Winterbottom, who pretty much talked me off a cliff, because the moment you get told you've got cancer, everything changes. Your perception, life, love, hate, relationships, everything changes. So I went for the CT scan, had to wait, was getting the support from Fight Bladder Cancer through the charity, the website, and the support pages on Facebook. Big community of people all supporting each other, which was invaluable for me. On the day that I was having my tumours removed, they told me they'd found a second tumour on my kidney. It was the same size as a grapefruit. It was 9 centimetres.
Heck.
Yeah.
So that had to come out, presumably.
Well, I had to go into surgery knowing that I had cancer twice. I didn't know whether I was going to die or not. It was just awful. I mean, awful time for my friends, family, partner. Everybody was just like, what's going on? So I went in for the surgery to have the tumours removed. Then literally 10 days later, I was sitting in front of another consultant to talk about kidney cancer. So the irony of all ironies was the bladder cancer saved my life, because the tumour that they found on my kidney was, pretty nasty. It was very advanced. So
yeah, I mean, and obviously, you try to raise awareness for all this, try to raise awareness for the funds for the charity, which is obviously a good thing.
Yeah.
But it is this whole thing, as unpleasant as it sounds. When you go to the toilet, you tend to see what you're producing.
Yeah.
Don't you? So it's a case of...
guys do. Guys will sit there and whistle and...
So we actually need to actually take it seriously.
Massively. Guys don't talk about it. This is the sad thing. Guys don't. They'll put it to one side. It'll go away. We'll put a plaster on it. We'll forget about it. So they don't go to the doctors. And I can't stress enough, if you see something, straight away. It doesn't matter if you think you're wasting time. Go there, ask the questions. I mean, and ladies, because it's a lot more complicated for ladies because of their monthly cycle.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of misdiagnosis with bladder cancer. It's the 5th most common cancer in Europe, yet it's probably the least most discussed. So no one talks about it.
No, and that's crackers.
I know.
Actually.
Everybody talks about breast cancer, colon cancer. It's all over the media, and quite rightly so. But no one talks about bladder cancer until you get it or until it's too late. So.
Well, look, it's good that we're talking about it this morning, and so just everyone just to be aware of. Got to say, Dan, you mentioned you're working News TX,
Yeah.
which is transmission. It's our so the people who sort of put in the adverts and things and control actually the channels here at Sky.
I push the buttons.
You
Steve.
push all the buttons. You do, and all your guys in TX are watching. Aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
So you better say hello.
Hi guys. Shout going out to the TX.
Yeah. Well, you stand by, TX, as we're going to a commercial break in just a moment.
Yes.
Because we've got the sport coming up for you, including a night of European rugby glory for Cardiff and